After that, you're going to back the die out. And as you loosen and remove the die, it's going to recut or chase those threads that, got not necessarily damaged, but, from the grinding process. And that's what I did with all of these. And they got red Loctite on them. I just filled up the holes and no, I'm kidding. I just, applied red Loctite to the threads as you would normally and ran them down, torqued them all to the 80 foot-pounds. 65 to 80 is what my manual says. I went the full 80. I probably last time split it in half at 70, 75. And here they're all torqued down. I went with washers. You can do some research on the internet too, using washers as opposed to not using washers. And then this is just a latex or nitrile glove I put over the carrier bearing to protect it, from any contaminants. As you can see, no metal got onto the bearing, so, I'm sending it. I'm going to reuse it. But, that's a pretty good idea. It fits really good. When you're doing it, just put a glove over that. The other theory is the holes in the Truetrac for the bolts to go through are 15-30 seconds. And now these are 7/16 bolts. Okay, and on this thread gauge, if you will, okay, the 7/16 bolt, it's a pain in the ass. I apologize doing this with one hand, but so this, the bolt goes in nice and tight, at 7/16. Why they made the holes 15-30 seconds, I don't know. But it'll dance around in there. It's got room to shift. So even if you have it torqued down, there could be some slight movement on a launch, under, heavy load. So I'm thinking if these are shifting, under, heavy load or a launch or something, it could be breaking loose that Loctite or causing the bolts to back out as it shifts back and forth. So ARP makes a universal, sometimes they advertise it for Detroit locker, ring gear bolts that have a 1/2 inch shank, a shoulder, and that's 1/2 inch, and then it goes down to 7/16, and it's about a 1/16 of an inch longer than the 1 inch standard bolts. But to make those work, I'd have to drill the holes in the Truetrac out to a 1/2 inch shank. But those, would do a good job of holding things in place. So it is what it is. They drilled it out to that 15-30 seconds instead of a 7/16. So you want to get a good bite in there. That's the vacuum in the background. Sorry about that. Was unexpected. But basically, this little episode's describing the process to shorten, grind these, and get them the length you need. Okay? And then when this goes together, get yourself the copper. They're actually gaskets. You call them washers that go when your housing here and your studs poke through. All right, when you tighten down on that, that's going to crush and seal against the stud and the nut. I've seen people leave them out and really the hardest part of pulling these is probably chiseling off these copper washers. But I've seen people use regular steel flat washers or nothing at all. But, you know, these Earl ones I got at Summit Racing, and, you know, don't forget to use those when you go back together with this. Keep you posted when I get it all set up and back together. Thanks for watching.